morning. My name is Danielle. I'm here to talk with you about homework. I chose this talk because I was shocked when I read in the news that homework would be a waste of time. So this wake me up as a student, as a mother of 3 children in school age. So I decided to do this talk. Is homework worthwhile? Yes, I agree. Some research, some people, some parents, some students like us sometimes think that homework, you know, is a waste of time. This is not my case, and I will show you why. I will talk about our benefits of homework, how homework improves the learning process, how homework has benefits beyond school performance, and how homework keeps parents involved with children's schooling. And after that, I'll have my conclusion and Q&A session. First, I would like to start giving some background around the issue. It's not a surprise that homework is not an unanimous thing. It depends of the family values, it depends of the country culture, it depends of opinion. And there's a lot of, arguments going on around the possibility of no homework at all, or less homework, or more directly set homework. Today the reality is we are changing our lifestyles. We became, back in the 90s, 70s, 60s, we didn't have too many activities around technology, going out and watching television, using computers. So it was just like going to school, going to work, come back to home. Nowadays, this is totally different. Children especially are very busy. Parents are busy working and doing the houseworks. The women, they start working out, so now there's a lack of time to spending, for their activities. And also children are quite busy. They have before and after school activities. They have swimming, they have soccer, they have Kumon, they have, play dates, they have birthday parties. And how homework will fit in the daily routine. The influence of technology was also one thing that affect homework. Because now we are interested in a lot of devices and informations, and we are not spending so much time learning. We are just absorbing information. I just put this chart because I found that, children, and also us, we have excuse for not doing anything. I couldn't do my homework because my computer has a virus, and so do all my pencils and pens. So this shows the influence of technology in a little child. Let's move on. The reality is, I just choose these two charts to compare the time spent in homework in some countries and in television, as I said before, because of technology, media. As you can see, Japan, Italy, Poland, Israel, Australia, US, and UK. Japan has 8 hours per week doing homework, Japanese students per week. Italy, 9. Poland, 9. Israel, 9. Australia, 6. US 6, United Kingdom 6. On the other hand, when you see the time spent on television, you could see that Australia, US, and UK, they spend almost 20 hours per week in front of television. And this is not considering screen, just television. No computing, no iPhone, no iPad, no Xbox, video games, things like that. And the three of them, they are the ones that they spend less time doing homework. Just the reality. My first claim is that homework has a lot of benefits, but we don't have too much data because there's no much research about homework and learning. So homework, my first one is homework improves learning. Why? How? The reason is in your brain, in the physiology of our brain. The more we work, the more we read, the more we practice, the more we get better, the more we stimulate, the more we develop our skills. Dr. Harry Cooper, he studied some students and he found out that 55% of the students that didn't do the homework, they score 50% lower than the ones that used to do the homework. So 55% of the students who did the homework, they have more scores than the others. Professor Julian Betts from the University of California, he analyzed studies with 6,000 students in grades 6 to 12, and he found out that 30 minutes specifically in maths each day, at the end of the high school, they will improve in 2 grades. So it's huge, it's strong. Homework also the benefits of the homework goes beyond the school. It's not academic success. The reasons why, it's because, homework improves the habit of study, especially in children, and concentration and also self-discipline. If you start, your children start doing homework in kindy, like little things, and just reading and some vocabulary tasks, and then year 1, the children will be doing like maths and spelling, and then year 2, when you see the children will go to home and will promptly sit and start doing his homework. And also it's good for concentration, because that is the time that the children do the homework, is the time that he needs to sit and concentrate in what he is doing, what he or she is doing. So he needs to concentrate, to think. He won't have anyone interrupting. It's his time with his obligation, his or her obligation. And this habit of study and this time of the children doing his tasks or her tasks improves in the self-discipline. They will become more independent. They will become more responsible and self-educated about their own responsibilities. The evidence comes from the Department of Education and Training of New South Wales. They have the homework policy. It's a document that they recommend, they suggest for each school in New South Wales. And the first statement from them is that homework provides training for students in planning and organizing time, and develops a range of skills in identifying and using information resources. Additionally, it establishes habits of study, concentration, and self-discipline. Now I'll talk about my third claim. Homework keep parents involved in children's schooling. Reasons. It bridges the connection between home and school. It identifies the abilities, interests, and styles of each child, and it acts as parents will act as a role model. Why homework bridge connection with home and school? Because, school doesn't work alone. School needs parents to be involved in children education in order to them to be able to understand what's going on in the education, in the learning process of their children, and also to help the teacher in some special tasks, like if the special student has some lack of ability in maths, the teacher and the parents will talk with each other, and they will say, see what's going on, and then they will set specific homework for that child. On the other hand, for like gifted students, the teacher can set specific advanced homework or projects for that children that needs to be challenged, that needs to be cared differently from the average ones. So, and also because if the teacher said that it's important to do the homework, and then the children go home, and the parents are not really interested in their education, they are not gonna be talking in the same level, same language. It will be, for the children, will be a conflict of opinions, ideas. So it bridges, it connects school and home. Another reason why homework keep parents involved is because when you identify abilities, interests, styles of your children, you are able to inform the teacher what your children is keen to learn, and the teacher will be able to develop this in the child, so the process of learning become richer and interesting. Another thing, and for me particularly it's the most important, is that parents will be acting as a role model. So if parents have positive attitude towards homework, the children will be positive about education, about academic learning, and it becomes a natural activity. Won't be like punishing, go do your homework or you're not gonna go out. No, it's kind of being supportive, being active, being interested in their education, showing this, show that you are happy to be supportive, you are happy with the homework, and this will keep you and your child, the teacher, talking in the same language and providing a better education resource process for the student. The evidence comes from Anne Henderson. She is the author of one of the books that talk about homework. The evidence continues to grow, evidence about a good thing about homework. And another book is Homework, Waste of Time, and the author is Kate Schuster. And Henderson says when parents become involved, children do better in school, and they go to better schools. To conclude, I will say that homework is an important component for learning and teaching process, and when is adequately settled, it is really a powerful tool in the system of learning system. Now I am more than happy to answer your picky questions. Please.
Daniel, do you think is homework is a good motive for students to love study or to love schools when they do more homework? Is it a good motive to them to love the schools or love the study or love the education itself? Or they maybe said, okay, it's exhausted, I don't want to do it, this.
Look, each child has different attitudes towards homework.
Yeah.
There are children that will say, "Oh, homework, okay, let's do it." Really wanting, looking forward to do. But there are some other students that will say, "Oh no, homework again. I don't want to do homework. I want to go out." But this is part of the process because you have to. The teacher had, because sometimes in the classroom there are 30 students, and sometimes teachers don't have the feedback necessarily. So doing the homework, the teacher will be able to understand even the environment of that student at home. So it's a good way to receive information and to reinforce what they have done in classroom. So maybe they don't like at first, but they will see the benefit with the years. It's kind of, you have to mature the idea. It's not like I love homework. Won't be.
I totally agree with you. As you know, I'm a mother of three, two, and I'm suffering from that because even if I try to give them extra homework, it's not like when the school give them the homework. They said, "Oh, you push on us, we don't want." But if the school gives more homework, because from my experience, we study a lot of hours, even in the weekends, and if you come to the weekends and if the kids have one extra homework, say, "Oh, it's weekends, I don't want to study," so it's affect them. I think homework equals, that expand their knowledge. It's more, they be more interested in studying. So that's, I think I totally agree with that.
That's where you sign using it makes them more interested or less interested?
No, it's more because if they have more example of something, that's what I suffering now. If they have homework, one paper the whole week, and they have 2 pages on the book for the whole week. So they have example like one question for specific thing, like for division. But if you give them more examples, it will be more training for them and more and easier for them to do it. So and they find it enjoying.
Okay.
We need time for questions.
I have a question. So you mentioned a lot about children and homework. How about adults? Adults study, of course. Most people are busy for work.
Yeah.
Something else.
I think adults should be able to manage themselves, and this is not like a time anymore for us to discuss homework in adulthood, because you should be able to do your homework, even if you have, a lot of things to do, job to, you should be responsible for yourself. So it's the time just passed and maybe you lost, the opportunity to learn.
It's a great idea to finish our all the work in the course. What do you think?
In the sorry?
To finish all the work, all the study in the course.
In the cost?
Yeah. What do you think? In the
In the class? Yes, sometimes I do that. I don't have so much time.
Homework at all.
Yeah, you did your homework already. So you need, a specific set of homework to attend your necessity. So you are gifted. You have to go further. So this is why it's good for the teachers also to receive this feedback and then settle a specific homework for the gifted and advanced students. This is why it's a powerful tool of learning. So.
I have a question. Blind students too. Parents often do their children's homework for them, particularly when it involves projects, and particularly in primary school.
Mm.
So my question is, do you think children, because you talked about learning,
Mm.
do you think children learn anything from that?
Yes, of course. If they saw their parents doing their homeworks, it will mean for them that in 15 years the parents will continue paying for their bills.
I mean, parents do the children's homework for them.
Yeah, the parents, the children, that specific student will think, okay, I'll have always my parents in my back, so they will be able to support me. They are not going to be responsible for themselves, so it's not a good role model. Yeah, but it's good that you mentioned that, because I was searching for illustration, and then I saw that a couple in a dining room with papers, and the child in front of television with video game, and the mother in between the both place saying, can you please be quiet because your father is doing your homework? So I found interesting.
That could be one of the arguments against it.
Yes,
Because
yes.
parents in this competitive age
Yeah,
do it for children.
but you as a teacher could notice, because you see the ability of the student in your classroom, and then they come with it perfect, even their handwriting is perfect, so you could notice. I think but they do that sometimes, yeah.
Actually, I need a recommendation. How many hours, approximately hours for children to do homework, for example, in a week?
Yeah, look, I won't recommend you because it depends on your background. And I know that Asian countries, they do a lot of, in Brazil also, we do a lot of homework. But the Department of Education and Training, they establish some guidelines. And they say that stage 1, kindergarten up to year 2, it's 30 minutes. Yeah. And then 45 minutes, and then year 6 maybe up to an hour, depending if they have projects.